How many of y'all are doing farming? Okay, some of y'all are, everyone should be, okay? A farm is a territorial region that you basically go out, you choose in order to build your business and build your brand there. That's what a farm is. I'm going to show you how to set one up today. It's an easy formula. Y'all get this? 500 plus homes. It has to have a steady turnover, at least 7%, okay? Average sale prices is enough to support your goals, and it should be nearby, okay? Now, farming is one of those ways that you could actually increase your average sale price. Anybody want to increase their average sale price? Huh? Some of us have seen our average sale price go up just by staying in the business, right? Remember back in the day, Diane, when we were listing a house for $92,000, $98,000, and now that same house is $250 or $350 or whatever, right? We just stayed in business long enough and saw, but there's another way to do it too, right? Farming. Because it costs the same amount to market to the hood as it costs to market over here. Huh? Same amount, right? You could market to the hood or the good, same price, right? So you market in places where you want to live. Huh? I want to live there one day, so I'm going to start marketing there, right? You may not live there now, right? But you can choose, you can farm anywhere you want. It's up to you. I'm just saying it costs the same amount of money, right? Now, how do you go about doing it? You know you can door knock about 50 to 100 homes in an afternoon, right? Not me. I door knock about 12, right? Because we'll be talking about the pets and what they have for dinner. I like to make friends and all that. You know, don't do that. Don't do the Knolly method. But you can do it 50 to 100. Go out there once a month and do that. Have an item of value. That's a kicker. Okay, and what I like to see is like a calendar of events, things that are going on, places where kids can eat free, right? And the days they can eat free. Things like, you know, the best happy hours in Austin. Maybe that's not a good one for everybody. Yeah, not everybody, you know, should get that one maybe. But think about a good item of value. Brand yourself. Okay, this is non-negotiable. 30% of your marketing piece should be your photo and your logo. Anybody have a problem with that? I got no problem with it. It's like 30%, 50%. No. But you should brand yourself because that's what farming is about. It's about getting out there. It really is about running for mayor of that farm. Okay? Here's some farming examples. I like this is a monthly calendar. You can get together with a great title company or a great lender like Kaysen, and they will help you to put together the count, like what's hot in Austin, and you send that out, or you hand that to the neighborhood. Here's another example. How much is your home worth in today's hot market? Find out free, alloveraustin.com. People want to know what their home is worth, and usually they might be thinking about selling, or you give them an offer to a free copy of your book. By the way, you can make that an ebook. People can just download it that way as well, right? Farming, it's about getting involved. It's about running for realtor. That's what you're doing. Carrie Thompson for your realtor, right? She's serious about getting the job of being your realtor, right? And that's how you guys should be. Open house a lot. Now, some of you guys don't like to do open houses, but open houses are great, especially if you do the level 7 open house that Gary teaches in Shift, where you have directional signage, balloons, and all this, and you turn that open house into an event. It could be a wine tasting. You got 3 wineries there. I mean, it's an event. It's like a neighborhood event. You can't do that with every house. You can't do it with that house, right? Maybe that house, you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. But you make them more of an event, and you make it something that people want to come out to. And really, it may not be about selling that house, because we know that the house itself may not sell through the open house, but it's about you being visible in the neighborhood, the communities that you serve, right? Every door direct mail. That's another big one. By the way, let me go back to this slide right here. Getting involved as a realtor, running for realtor. You're talking about city council, HOA, PTA, neighborhood watch, church. Let me ask you this. If you were running for mayor, what would that look like? God help you. You're running for the office of mayor of Austin. What does that look like? Farming should look the same way. Does that make sense? right? Now, don't go picking out a church because they got, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to this church, boy. I like these cars up in here, boy. This is a nice one right here. Huh? You walk into church, you got your Bible and everything, and then your business cards falling on the floor, people picking them up. Oh, you can keep those. You can keep that one. That's all right. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. Don't pick the church you go to for farming opportunities, right? Knolly doesn't teach that. I'm just saying.
This is probably what's kept me
Yeah.
in business for a
What's kept you in the business? Go for it.
Just turned 80 and I
What?
in the business.
You are not 80. Stand up.
Give her a break.
All right.
Business for
You've been in the business 40 years?
yes.
Wow.
Just about 40.
Wow.
I have to get my calculator out.
All right, let's get,
I have used like selling Austin since 1977, and but now it means I'm too old.
no,
Use that.
no.
But I wished I had.
You're a treasure, but go
I
ahead.
wished I had somebody like you when I first.
You hear what she said? She said she wished she had Uncle Knolly. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I
Thank
go
you.
back to the days, probably most of you never heard of Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, I remember Zig.
Well, this is when I first, and he said, list to last.
List to last.
And so it's so true, everything you've been saying. And then
Thank you.
also, as I'm slowing down, I've had a farm area, which is about 200 and some homes in my own neighborhood. I've been in that neighborhood for 30 years. I've been on the it's a voluntary homeowners association for probably 20 of years of that time.
Wow.
And so that's been wonderful for my business.
Yeah.
And when I have an open house, when I have a new listing, we put it open the very first week or before it's on the market. And I have gotten many more sellers from the people that come to the open
house. Right.
And they just like the cookies and that kind of stuff. and they like the way I present the house.
Yeah.
So when they get ready to sell, they call me.
We're going to team up and do a class together. I love that. You know, this is what I'm talking about. And you've been in the business 40 years. I really appreciate that. And especially for agents that are, quote unquote, new to the business, this really is a gift, right? Someone that's teaching.
Well, I like what I do. That's
Yeah.
one of the things.
Right.
But again, there's other things. I have 36 great-grandkids.
Woo! 36 great-grandchildren. Wow.
I am famous in my neighborhood.
You're famous. Yeah. This stuff works.
I still am, because I have a partner in the
Yeah.
business. He does all the physical work. I do all the, thinking, and I make up the cards. I've got a good printer that, puts it together and everything. So everything you're telling here, and of course, some of us have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But a lot of the new people in the business, there is just gems in what you're.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I did not pay her, guys. Let's give her a round of applause. I had that is the reason why I do what I do. That's the paycheck that I will never spend, right? I mean, I used to have a guy who would pay me $5,000 to come in and teach for 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. And y'all know I can run my mouth for 1 or 2 hours, right? I can't tell you what I did with those $5,000 paychecks, honorarium fees, but I can tell you what I'm going to do with what you just gave me. I'm going to treasure that for the rest of my life. That's the paycheck that I will never spend, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. I had another gal came to my class, and she said she'd been a realtor for 30 years, and it was the best class she had ever been to. I'm like, you don't go to a lot of classes, do you? Just kidding. Or you haven't been to a lot. But it's thank you. I appreciate that. I do receive that from you as well. It's a gift for me. Thank you. So the third thing I want to talk about, guys, well, let's talk about EDDM, and then we'll get to the third one.
I was going to ask you a question.
Yeah,
about
ask.
EDDM. Is there any way to, instead of actually going through the post office, can you get like one of those postage meters and do your own printing so that way you can spend 18.5 cents?
So the question is, can you have like, there used to be Pitney Bowes type printer and go through that. With EDDM, they do have a process where you have to bundle them in 50s, and they're not addressed or anything, so you just take them to the, I don't know that they have a system where you can do it from your office or from your home office. I think you actually have to take them down with the paperwork filled out a certain way, and then they'll do it that way. But once you log into EDDM, Every Door Direct Mail, and you set up an account, it's pretty easy to, once you have your route picked, right, These are less than 20 cents each. Now, let me give you an example. If you were to farm 500 houses and you were to spend, even if it was 20 cents, how much is that? $100. Okay? Now, let's say you had to print those, and you use got print, G-O-T-P-R-I-N-T, got print, the game that I've been using for almost 10 years. You'll pay like, let's say you pay $40, right, for those 500. Not even that much.
No,
So it's way cheaper than that. So you're at 100. Let's just say you're at $120, right? Now all of a sudden you go to 4 sponsors. You know, it could be a handyman, it could be a lawnmower service, whatever, and you split that in 4, right? So you charge each of them $30. How much did you spend for that 500 postcard mail out? 4 times 0, right? Because each of them paid you 30. How many handymen would like to tag along on your marketing piece to 500 houses in that neighborhood? You know, probably everyone you come across. So all of the marketing that you do like this should be sponsored. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's called sponsored marketing, right? I told you I'm going to teach you low to no cost. Make more money and save time, right? So EDDM is a great tool.